I've talked about some bad anime before. This, it might actually take the fucking cake. Hi everybody, welcome back to Let's Talk Anime. I'm Dangerous, and fun fact, did you know that there are over 40-something episodes on this YouTube channel? Yeah, there's a whole bunch of different episodes you can go out there and watch. I mean, no one is making you stay here and watch this episode, okay? You have the freedom and the choice to go out and watch a different episode. Because I'm just gonna let you know this right now, I hate Darling in the Franxx. A lot. And I mean a lot. This whole anime
infuriates me.
For the next, God knows how long this is gonna take, I'm gonna be saying a lot of words, and y'all might not like it. So this is your heads up. No one is making you sit here and watch this episode. So with that all out of the way, let's begin by telling you how much I hate Darling in the Let's go back in time for a moment, shall we? The year was 2018. It was such a great year of anime. I remember specifically why that year was so great for anime. One, we had the premiere of Agretsuko. Then we had Devilman Crybaby, which was a remake of the original Devilman series by Go Nagai. And who could forget fucking Megalobox? That series brought boxing into a whole different light. Hell, you know what else happened that year? Let's Talk Anime first premiered in 2018 with our very first episode on Berserk. Ah, man, that was such a great year. But something else happened that year. Darling in the Franxx. I learned from firsthand experience about different anime. I don't try and base my opinion off of what others say. I literally prefer to form my own ideas, okay? When I saw this anime, I regretted so much of my life at that point because this was the worst investment I have ever made, just watching this series. So yeah, we're talking about this train wreck of a series, about why it's bad, and why is it that, and I cannot believe I'm saying this, but I can slightly tolerate Sword Art Online more than this series, okay? And that's fucking saying something. To understand this series, we have to understand the creator. And what best creator than to learn about than the one, the only, Code 000. Code 000 is actually a collective, not a single person. This collective would include A1 Pictures, Cloverworks. If you don't know who those two organizations are, they are known for producing anime such as Persona 5, the animation. Or maybe you might have heard of a little something known as, oh, I don't know, Black Butler, and sadly, Sword Art Online. Already off to a bad start. But the other person, a part of Code 000, and you could say they are the biggest contributor to Darling in the Franxx, Studio Trigger. The story of Studio Trigger is this. Former Gainax employees started their own company. Watch the Kill la Kill video for a better explanation. And if you don't know who Gainax is, long story short, Gainax is a big name when it comes to producing anime. Evangelion, big names, you know. But there's one specific person we really need to talk about. Atsushi Nishigori. Nishigori worked for Gainax, and he wanted to make animations like Fooly Cooly. He made his first debut as an animator on the series Mahoromatic. Oh shit, Mahoromatic. Oh my god. Oh god, the memories. Oh god. Oh shit. As time progressed, Nishigori would work on series such as the Evangelion movies, as well as Gurren Lagann. But if you really want to see some of his best animation work, you gotta watch the movie Promare. And trust me, you will thank me a whole lot. You know, I can honestly say Nishigori is a very amazing animator and character designer. He's won awards for it, okay? Especially for Gurren Lagann. But his biggest weakness is story directing, especially if that story doesn't have an original source material. Darling in the Franxx, the manga and the anime of Darling in the Franxx was both coming out, say, concurrent of each other. In fact, the anime came out before the manga. This is a little technique we like to call flying by the edge of your seat. And Nishigori was not flying well at all. Seriously, this series is shit. Let's take a look at the plot. It started off like this. Humans decided to human by fracking. Because we can't have nice things. But they weren't fracking for natural gas. Oh, no. They were fracking for something even better. Magma. And not just any magma, super magma from the Earth's core. So, that's just really hot. They started using magma for a variety of purposes. Energy to power homes, medicine, I guess, and most importantly, immortality. What? Yeah, they use magma to help people become immortal. If you're sitting there wondering, how is any of this making any sense? Good. With all these new advances in technology, with the immortality and shit, humanity began to retreat into domes. And they have good reason to do so because they pissed off, let's call them like dinosaur-ish things. To combat these creatures, humanity has turned to the great Dr. Franxx and his line of mecha suits known as the Franxx. But not everyone can pilot a Franxx. You need children to pilot Franxx. And since humanity became immortal, there has been no need for children. But they decided to grow them using the power of science. And with some time and energy, you can use kids to pilot them. Genetically modified kids. Remember that. I'm just gonna be completely honest. This series is the 50 Shades of Grey of anime. Yeah, I said it. It is literally a bad fanfic. It takes elements from both Gurren Lagann and Evangelion and puts them together in the most half-assed way possible. It's understandable that there are some series that take inspiration from other series. I get that. I understand that, but not blatant rip-offs to the point where it's not even a good. All right, let's just get to these characters already. The characters in this series pilot the mecha known as the Franxx. The Franxx requires two people to pilot, okay? A male and a female. Our first Franxx is Strelitzia. It's piloted by Code 016 Hero and his partner, Code 002, also known as 02. Let's talk about Hero first. Hero is, what's the best way to explain this complex, amazing character? Oh wait, he's generic anime character number 1. Yes, that's all he is. He is the most generic and blandest character I have ever seen in an anime series. I hate to fucking say this, and it's hurting me to say this. Kirito is better than him. Yes, I said it. Kirito, one of the most Gary Stu characters to ever exist in anime, is better than this generic, bland cup of yogurt. Ugh. Hero has one unique quality, and you know what that is? It's his talent. Guess what his talent is? You ready? You ready? He's good at naming things. That is honestly his best talent. His words. Hero's partner, 02, is, what's the best way to describe her? She is smug, a bit cocky, nihilistic, and a straight up sociopath. Unless it's Hero. In that case, then all of that goes away. She's one of the most loving people and giggly and happy and everything. But other than that, yeah, 9 times out of 10, she's pretty much all those things. Yeah, these are our main characters. And if you're wondering, yes, they are our main romantic couple. God, I hate this series. Our next Franxx is Delphinium, piloted by code 015 Ichigo and code 056 Goro. Let's start with Goro first, shall we? Goro is actually one of the best characters in the series. In fact, change that. Goro is the best character. He is super reliable, he's very nice, and he has his friends' backs. He will do anything to help make sure the mission gets accomplished. This is a guy who is really likable. I mean, you can't watch this series and say Goro is a terrible character. Goro is one of the most supportive characters you could ever have in this series. There's only one bad flaw to Goro I have to mention, and it hurts me so much to mention this flaw, but Goro is basically treated as a rebound. Let's talk about Ichigo for a second. This girl sucks! I hate this girl. This girl is literally one of the worst. This girl is literally one of the worst partners you could ever want, okay? What makes her so bad, you ask? Well, it's simple. She sucks. This girl never has her shit together, okay? Her Franxx Delphinium is known to be the leader of their squad, but her problem is she can't lead. No, let me rephrase that. She's not fit to lead. Our next Franxx is Argentia, piloted by code 390, also known as Miku, and code 666, also known as Zorome. They're the same. They are practically the same person, okay? Maybe Zorome is a little bit more cocky, but ultimately, they're the same. That's it. Next Franxx. Our next Franxx is Chlorophyllum, piloted by code 196, known as Ikuno, and code 326, also known as Mitsuru. Ikuno is best described as a waste of space. You could actually replace her with a robot and it would actually not change the story at all. She does nothing. Oh, wait, I am so wrong. She does do something. At the end, Mitsuru. He's terrible. I hate him. I really, really hate him. Mitsuru is a pretentious ass. And finally, we bring ourselves to our last Franxx, known as Genesta, piloted by code 214, also known as Futoshi, and code 556, also known as Kokoro. Let's start with Futoshi first, shall we? This man is a simp, okay? He is by far one of the worst simps I've ever seen in anime. He is the biggest simp to ever simp that's a simp, okay? He is so clingy. And honestly, I understand how annoying he can be. But I get where he's coming from, and I get he just has a big heart and he cares, but dude, dial it back! The worst characters in this series I have mentioned are Ichigo and Mitsuru. But if you had to ask me who is the absolute most terrible character in this series, it has to be Futoshi's partner, Kokoro. I hate her. I really wanted her to Okay, that's it. You wanna know why I hate this series so much? For starters, the logic. Magma weapons, that makes 100% sense, okay? I get that. But magma energy to make people immortal, okay? That shit makes no sense whatsoever. And once again, the Earth's core It's super magma. This is where they're getting this magma from, okay? And I don't know how much temperature that is. It's hot, and it makes no sense of how it makes people immortal. The next thing that bugs me about this series is the Franxx. The only way to pilot a Franxx is unless you have male and female, or cis male and cis female, okay? Remember that. They tried in another episode to have 2 females pilot a Franxx, but it doesn't work. But insert the Nines. Who are the Nines, you ask? Well, Zero Two's original squad. The Nines are basically clones of Zero Two. Then again, aren't they all clones? Anyway, in one episode, Hero teams up with one of the Nines to pilot Strelitzia, okay? The 9 he teamed up with was a man, okay? It was a male. A male 9 teamed up with the male known as Hero, and they piloted the Franxx with no problem. You said in this piece of shit anime that 2 people of the same gender cannot pilot a Franxx, yet 2 guys are able to pilot it. That makes no sense. But the worst problem of this series, the thing that makes this series absolute disgusting, is the fact on how they pilot these mechs, okay? They pilot the mechs like this. The girl gets on all 4s and the guy sits behind her, okay? And it is hella sexual, okay? Now, we all don't mind some perverted shit occasionally, okay? We're all human. But we all have to draw a fucking line when it is teenagers getting on all 4s, doggy style, piloting a mech. This is fucking sick! So yeah, if I haven't made it abundantly clear, I am not the biggest fan of Darling in the Franxx. So yeah, that was a fun episode of Let's Talk Anime. As usual, I'm your host, Dangerous. If you like this episode, do me a huge favor and like, comment, subscribe. And if you're on YouTube, hit the bell icon. That way you get notifications for new episodes. And don't forget, follow us on TikTok, where I'll be doing some more random anime things that the kids like these days. I don't know, I'm old. And tune in next time, where all this talk about giant robots, we need to talk to the source. Until then, peace out. And its creator. Really? Fucking truck. Just stop with the beeping. With karate, I kick your ass. Oh yeah, mother naughty word. I'ma kick your backward there, yeah, here. You broke the rules, and now I pull out all your pubic hairs. Mother, another naughty word. Are you fucking done already? Okay, can hardly hear it.